Do you feel that you are the person that everyone relies on for help, the one with the big heart? However, you feel that you are angry at yourself. You are resentful of the people that you are helping. And you are feeling that you are doing things that you don't want to do. If you feel that way, you might find yourself on the dark side of the caregiver archetype. So today I am going to share with you how the caregiver archetype create self-sabotage. But before I go further, let me inform you that this is the third video of a series that we are making on how archetype create self-sabotage. This is the third video of the series. Now, before we even go into the video deeper, there is something I want you to understand, which is the understanding of archetype. I already defined it in one previous video that you can watch. I'm gonna put the link right there. You can check it out. But for the person that haven't watched this video, I want to define what is archetype. An archetype, like we've defined it before, is a template, is a blueprint, right? It is a model. Now, you might ask yourself, a template of what? A blueprint of what? A guy named Carl Jung was a great psychoanalyst. He was studying human behavior. And he found out that there are certain behaviors, certain way of seeing things, certain way of understanding things that are the same, that are common across various culture, across various cities, countries, and across different people. And he calls these behaviors, he calls these templates, these blueprint archetype. So today we are going to understand how the caregiver archetype create self-sabotage. Now, one thing that you must understand about the caregiver before we even see the dark side of him is caregiver is a very good pattern of behavior. It's a very great template of behavior. This is the template of behavior that reflect the help of people. So a person acting from the caregiver archetype is a person acting from a genuine desire to support other people from a certain situation. Now, this is a very good thing to do whenever that you have a genuine desire to support other people to go through a situation, to help them in a particular situation. That is very good and it feels good as well, and you know that. But the problems start whenever that you find yourself that you have no choice and the help you are providing feels like obligation. Whenever that you find yourself that the help you are providing feels like an obligation, you are acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, I am going to share with you two signs that you're acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, the first sign is whenever that you find yourself, whenever that you feel that you are depleted, right? Whenever that you feel that you're exhausted from helping other people or from helping another person, this feeling of exhaustion, whenever that you find yourself depleted from helping another person, you are acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, one thing that you must understand here is whenever that you are too focused on helping another person, you might find yourself sabotaging the goals that you set yourself to achieve, right? And remember that in order for you to achieve something, you need to focus, you need clarity on your goals, right? You need clarity on what you want to achieve. So if you don't have the energy that you need to focus, to have the clarity that you need on your goals, because you're too exhausted, because you're depleted, whenever that you are helping another person, because you feel that you're acting from obligation, not a choice, not from the genuine desire, you are acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, the second sign, and most people who are acting from the caregiver archetype, they denied it, is resentment. Whenever that you feel irritated, whenever that you feel resentful, whenever that you feel angry after you help a group of people or a certain individual, after you provide help, you provide your support to them, whenever that you feel angry, because you feel that they are taking you for granted and you don't have the validation that you're looking for, you are acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. And that is very bad because whenever that you don't have the ability, whenever that you can't set any boundaries, you are self-sabotaging, right? Because you will leave your goals, you will leave your objective, your points, you will leave all the goals that you set yourself to achieve in order for you to help another person, in order for you to help a group of people. All of this because you can't say no because you have no boundaries. Now, I'm going to help you on how to fix that later on, but this is the second sign that you're acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, if you want to stop any self sabotaging behavior that you have, there is a free guide below where you can see the 4 levels of change and see which one of them keep you stuck at the moment. And also, we do have a framework called the Framework of Change Mastery, where we help you to stop any self-sabotaging behavior that you have in only 5 steps. So you can go ahead and check it out. The link is also on the description below. But for now, let me share with you how you can stop being, how you can stop acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, as all change, like I always say in my framework, all change start with awareness. Any change that you want to make on your life, any change that you want to make in any area of your life must start with awareness of the thing that you want to change and the awareness that it can be changed. Now, how do you stop acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype? You can start very small. You don't have to stop. You don't have to be angry at yourself, or you don't have to start big. You can start very small. The first thing you must do is you must set boundaries, because one of the things that a lot of people acting from the caregiver archetype is they think that if they don't support people, they are being selfish. But one thing that they don't understand is you must set boundaries. Now, you can start small. For example, you might have someone calling you, right? You might be in the process of doing something and you have a call from another person. Now, you might feel the urge to take that call, right? Because you want to provide your assistance. But one thing you could do if you're really busy at the moment doing something that is very helpful for your goals, right? You can say, for example, let me call that person later, or you just text. So I am very busy right now. I'm going to give you a call later on. So this is how you can start building small boundaries to get yourself out of the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, the caregiver archetype is a very great archetype. It's a very good pattern of behavior. It's a very important and powerful template of behavior because it's help other person, it's support other person when they need support, right? It's very good. It feels good to help other people when you do it from the genuine desire to help, not from the obligation or without you feeling that you have no choice. Whenever that you find yourself that you are doing something or helping another person from the feeling that you have no choice, that it is an obligation, and then later on you feel resentful about yourself or the other person, or you feel angry at yourself, you're acting from the dark side of the caregiver archetype. Now, like we said, each archetype has its own strength and weaknesses. So we have the good side and also the dark side, the shadow side of the archetype. Now, if you want us to go over your dominant archetype, let us know in the comment below and we'll go over the dark side of your dominant archetype. But for now, I recommend you to get the free guide on the description below where you'll learn the 4 levels of change and see which level of change is causing you to self-sabotage. And also take a look on our framework on the website, theselfi.com. You'll find it on the description below. So you can see the framework that we use to help you stop any self-sabotaging behavior in only 5 steps. That is all for today. I'll see you on the next video.